Okay, so we're going to dunk this in oil. She got a good glow. She got a good glow on. I wish I had one. Here we go. Whatever you do when you're doing this, do not take that pin out of that oil because it'll flash and it'll blow up right in your face. Keep it in that oil. Don't bring it towards the surface either because it will light. It's rare, but I've seen it happen. Keep going until there's no action. And I recommend you do not put your oil in a plastic tote like I'm doing right now. Try and get an old oil like those. What is those 25-gallon oil cans? They're perfect for this shit because they're tall. That'll warm the oil up. Man, it's hard to hold. I don't want to set it on the bottom because it'll melt through the bottom. Oh, God. We're not absolutely sure what the material was, but we believe it was 4140 or 4143. And this is the proper technique for heat treating it after you've done some work on it. Or say you just machined it and you wanted to heat the pit, case harden the pin. This is how you do it. Color is not overly critical. You want to avoid anything above orange though in any tool steel. And you don't want it red. You want it between red and bright orange. Still a lot of heat there. It may get to that point where it starts boiling this oil completely. The oil's getting hot. This is where it's better to have, 25, 35 gallons, 50 gallons, whatever, because it won't heat up the oil. The oil will have a better effect if it's not cool, but you don't want it too cold. It defeats the purpose of using oil, because what oil does is stops shrinkage cracks on the surface. Like, you could use water, but it will crack. They start out as millions of microscopic little cracks in between the crystal's boundaries, and then they eventually develop into well, what would happen in a pin like this if it didn't break from being so brittle? It would you get flaking on the surface, and those flakes would start to chew everything up, and then that case harden would just fall off, and then the actual hard case of the pin will cause more wear in the bushing. Slop. Well, this is going to have slop anyway. It ran into a... This guy's not doing any remachining. He just wants to knock this pin back in. So this is why we're going old school and cheap. But to get another pin made costs between $400 and $800. So, for $100, you can't go wrong. It's worth a try. This pin will be fine. It's definitely going to boil this oil before it cools off, though. But it could come out of there now. It'd be fine because it's gone below the critical temperature. So it really doesn't matter. I'm just keeping it in there until it does boil. So that's probably good enough there. It's only going to boil the oil. I'm going to have to take it out anyway, so we'll take it out. If it's not hot enough to dry up that oil, then it's fine anyway. We're good. That's it, buddy.